Welcome viewers, this is Winshire. I want to thank you for your comments on the previous video where I solicited your help for the Dice Approved dog tag and going on the forums there and posting your thoughts and recommendations for me to get that. I've yet to get it, but if I do, I'll certainly let you know, and again, I have you to thank for that. In this video, I want to detail the support class, in particular whether or not you should put a grip or a bipod on either a belt-fed LMG or a light machine gun. And so I'm going to show you some recoil patterns here with the two combinations, and you can see factually for yourself what they look like. I also want to mention all these recoil patterns, I am doing my best with recoil compensation to keep the reticle as close to that line as possible. So I'm basically aiming down just a slight amount to keep the reticle there. So you can see here with the M60 with the grip, even full auto, this gun's throwing bullets everywhere, even with the reticle right on the line. It's just throwing bullets everywhere. It's a huge cone of fire. But you can still own with this gun. I've seen people do it, but my recommendation for this gun is a bipod. And you can see here, full auto with the bipod, it has a little more, the reticle's going over the, a little bit more everywhere, but still throwing bullets everywhere. But when you get the chance to deploy the bipod on this gun, just like you can with any LMG, it turns into laser beam. But that doesn't mean you should put a bipod on every LMG every time. And I'll show you situations where I think a grip's better over a bipod. And one example of that's the PKP coming up here next. But as you can see here with the M60 there, not too bad. Now, the PKP, I like this gun with the grip over a bipod. I'll just come out and say it right now. In terms of the recoil patterns, you can see there's not much difference between the two, but my experience running and gunning with this gun, I like it with the grip. And you'll see that in the next video. But you can see this gun has more vertical recoil than the M60. Few more bullets, center mass. To me, I think this gun's a little bit better than the M60 in some ways, but not in every circumstance. Again, it depends on the game mode, where you're at. But as you can see here with the bipod, it doesn't look that much worse. It actually kind of looks better in some ways as compared to with the grip. But again, the recoil pattern on this gun, don't believe it. It's about how the gun actually performs when you're running and gunning with it, and I'll show you that in the next video. The M249 Saw, this is a good gun. A lot of people kind of gripe about it now here after all the patches. Yes, it has more vertical recoil on your initial fire, but don't burst fire this gun. A lot of these belt-fed guns, you should always be fully automatic with belt-fed guns. That's just a fact. And the recoil on this gun, it settles down quite a bit once you go fully automatic, and you can kind of understand it's much more easier to control, this gun is. I did a second recoil pattern there because it was a little close to that edge, but you can see here it still throws bullets everywhere. But still a good amount center mass. And close range, this gun can still eat your lunch, so watch out for this gun. With the bipod, I don't see a whole lot of difference between the grip and the bipod with this gun. And so in my experience, I think the bipod, if there's not much difference between the two, and if you don't feel like you're really having difficulty aiming with it, I would strongly recommend a bipod because, again, the laser beam effect. You can't discount the effectiveness of that. So M249, I prefer it with a bipod, I'd have to say. Even running and gunning with a bipod, it's very effective. Now, I did something different with the M240B. This is a strange gun. Lots and lots of vertical recoil. So I really try to tame that, putting a flash suppressor on. And with the grip, this is my recommended loadout for this gun because you can really run a gun with this combination. And it puts a lot of damage out there. I believe it's a 34 damage gun. You can see there are lots of bullets center mass. Now, again, in the recoil pattern here, it's going to be a little deceitful. With the bipod as compared to a grip, even with the bipod, it's going to look similar to the grip, but let me tell you, I'm really struggling to get that reticle right in the same place. And running and gunning with this gun without a grip, it is just horrible. It's very difficult to get bullets on target. So don't believe that recoil pattern, even though it looks similar to a grip, can be deceiving. Now, let's move on to the light machine guns. The M27, this is my second best gun. I've had thousands of kills with this gun. I'm going to show you why I think a grip is the way to go with all light machine guns, basically. Now, in the past, I've detailed that I like extended magazines over heavy barrel, and all the light machine guns now I've got a heavy barrel attached. The reason why is I think the range advantage is much more better than it used to be, particularly with the latest patch and the heavy barrel buff. So I recommend the heavy barrel over extended mags with light machine gun. So here you can see with the grip, very tight pattern, almost like a assault rifle. Compared to a belt-fed LMG, it's not even, you can't even compare the two. But with the bipod, you're going to see almost every situation with the light machine gun, how much it just destroys your accuracy. Look at that. That is awful. I got bullets down and up to the right, you know, much more lateral dispersion. And this is at close range. What is that? I don't know, 50, 70 feet or something like that between me and that wall. So same thing with the L86A2. I really like this gun. I actually prefer it over the M27 right now. This gun is a beast at long range. It's particularly, again, with your heavy barrel, but it takes 300 kills to unlock that. But again, you can see here, lots of bullets, center mass. You know, a few bullets here and there, but again, you can burst fire this gun, and that'll be even more accurate. Of course, I'm going pretty much full auto in all these situations. Now, again, bipod. Oh my God, look at this. I mean, just look at that. How many bullets shoot right and up? Do not throw a bipod on a light machine gun, particularly in those two. The QBB95. This is kind of a wild card, guys. This gun is a very underused gun, underappreciated. By default, you have 76 rounds in the magazine. That's not with extended mags. So you can throw a heavy barrel on this, and you pretty much have the advantage of extended magazines. And lots of bullets center mass with that gun. I mean, this is full auto, guys. So, I mean, keep in mind, if he burst fire this gun, it may be even more effective, and it probably is. Again, I've got over 1,300 kills with this gun. With a bipod, I don't see much difference between the two. This may be the exception. But again, you can see lots of reticle drift everywhere. I'm really having a hard time, you know, trying to keep it on target. So, again, my personal preference is a grip with that gun. MG36, oh my God, what a piece of crap this gun is. After, I don't know what they've done to this gun. I used to get 20 kill streaks with this gun all the time. Not anymore. Even with the grip, it almost looks like an L86 without a grip, if you ask me. I mean, there's nothing good about this gun anymore. It's got a long reload time. You can't even put extended mags on it. So it's even worse with the bipods, you can see here. So don't even use the MG36. I think you're I'm just going to laugh at you if you are. If I get killed by somebody with MG36, I just laugh. The last gun I want to show, I'm throwing this in the light machine gun category because I think this is more of a run and gun type gun. The LSAT, I've actually done good with this gun. It gets a lot of negative publicity for some reason, but I like this gun, guys. I got 200 rounds in a magazine or a belt combination, and look at all those bullets. Does that look like any other spread patterns you saw with the LMGs, the big LMGs? No. I mean, granted, this does basically the same damage as these small light machine guns, but you can do a lot of damage with this gun, and I'll show you gameplay with this gun. Doing both, you know. But in terms of the bipod or the grip, I honestly can't say which one I prefer right now. You can see the recoil patterns there. It doesn't look too bad with the bipod, so but I've been successful with both. But when I'm using this gun, I'm running and gunning, so I've yet to determine. But please like and subscribe to the video, guys, if it helped you out. Again, my next video, I'll show you actual gameplay utilizing these guns with the two loadouts, and you can kind of see, you know, make your conclusion as well. But don't forget about support class. Try it out, guys. It's not that bad. It can still own the battlefield. Thanks for watching.